Everybody have fun tonight. Everybody have fun tonight. Everybody remember that song? Yes, I'm always showing my age. Welcome to Is It In Yet, Baby? That's not the words, but I'm just giving you guys a little pizzazz today. It's a rainy day. The sun was out earlier. It's nighttime, but it's rainy now, and I'm pepping my own self up. So hopefully you guys had a great day. My day was decent. I was very tired. My husband was trying to get me dinner, and I was so tired. I was like, I don't want anything. But him being the sweetheart he got me tacos. So obviously when I woke up, I ate them. Other than that, it was just a normal day, a typical Monday. Now getting ready to be Tuesday for me. Nothing too exciting other than that. Which is good. Quiet is always good. As I told you guys, I am, for some crazy reason, wanting to purchase my mom's home from her, which is my childhood home. And I've been having a lot of anxiety about it. Just because there's so many memories there, and some weren't that great. And I don't know. I mean, you know how it is. I mean, nothing a fresh coat of paint and all that can't cure. And I think until I go in and get to that process in there, I mean, it's a beautiful home. It's definitely worth it. It's a lot of room and so much potential, but so many memories that is just wild. So I will continue to update you on that. That is kind of what's been on my brain these past few days, and just looking at all the options. I was reading Reddit, because I always read Reddit to see what I want to talk to you guys about. And under that thread, am I the a-hole? One was like, am I the a-hole for pooping while my wife's in the shower? And I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I read this, because my husband, like right now at my mom's house, she does not have that coverage of the in-between. So I need that. Like, I need that to survive. Like, me and my husband cannot survive. I don't want him pooping. And my husband's one of those anxiety poopers, even though he says it's a fight or flight. But he's one of the people that every time before we leave the house, he has to poop. Like, it's like he says so he'll be lighter. I don't really know what that means. But yeah, so we need coverage, because I don't want to smell him while I'm doing my makeup or my hair. And right now, our shower and toilet is away from everything else, and I like that. So that is one change. So we've been going through all these design issues, like, and who doesn't love a makeover? But it's just, and then the price of lumber and concrete and everything is so expensive now. So it's going to be a big project. And I didn't even mention that. I know I did say, but my cousin-in-law, who my mom divorced her husband, it's really his nephew, he lives there. So then we have to kind of put them out because they're renters. So that's the whole thing. So I have so much anxiety, because I'm worried, like, will they leave? My mom's had to do a lot of repairs with these people living there, and yeah, it's crazy. And I don't really tell you guys a lot about my personal life, but this is going to be in my craw for a while. So you guys will be hearing me complain about this whole house remodeling, family kicking out / all the above, husband pooping while I brush my teeth, which he doesn't. He does now behind closed doors, but we need that coverage. You know, separate bathrooms saved our marriage. I don't really know how people live and function with one restroom in their home. I just don't. I mean, we have options. Like, if I come home from dinner, my husband's going straight to the pooper. He doesn't even wait to see if I need to go. He's got this stupid, I think he has an issue, but he'll say it's not. But the man poops at least 3 to 4 times a day. And who wants to smell that? So I have an option to go to a different restroom. And I'm like, how do you survive with one restroom in a marriage? I really don't know. Yeah, so enough about poop. Let's get into it. Unfortunately, there was another school shooting in Nashville. It's a shooting at a Nashville Christian school. A heavily armed former student shot through a locked school door before killing 3 children and 3 staff members at a private Christian school in campus on Monday. In addition to the 3 9-year-old students, the 28-year-old fatally wounded a custodian, a substitute teacher, and the head of the school before being killed by responding officers. Audrey Hale had planned extensively for the violence at the Covenant School on Burton Hills Boulevard. There were maps drawn in detail and surveillance of the entry point. The shooter, who was killed on the school's second floor, had 2 assault rifles and a handgun. It's just sad. And I was reading that his mom had posted about anti-gun violence, but I'm like, I don't know if he lived with his mom or not. I was also reading that he was transgender. I don't know what that has to do with the story. Like if he was mad at them for their Christian values. I don't know. It's a lot going on with this, but very sad. Let's see what else we got here. Extreme weather meets the reality of poverty in Mississippi. A lot of people, the weather, the poverty, 2 things that absolutely don't mix. U.S. and Mexico near a deal to crack down on the fentanyl crossing the border. We'll see how that goes. As we know, the government, CIA, the wars were funded for drugs. So let's see what else we got going on. Well, there was lots of stories that I read today. They were kind of all over the place too, so I'm kind of having to hop around a bit. I do know that Rand Paul was, I believe, stabbed today. Let me go to that story. And if you don't know him, he's the senator of Kentucky. So yeah, Senator Rand Paul was stabbed in a brutal attack. He says a member of his staff was stabbed in. Oh, it wasn't him. I thought it was him. So he says a member of his staff was stabbed in broad daylight in Washington, D.C. resulting in police are calling for life-threatening. The Kentucky's U.S. Senator announced Monday the unnamed staffer was brutally attacked over the weekend, and him and his wife were praying that he makes a speedy recovery. Me too. I thought it was him, so I'm not going to read that entire story, but speedy recovery wished for this guy. So I don't know if you guys remember this story of this poor lady who went to jail over a $77 trash bill. Well, this rapper Tray the Truth out of Texas paid to have her whole house remodeled, which is super sweet. So who says that rappers can't be sweet? And Tray the Truth, he does a lot of work in the community. I've heard him be there for lots and lots of things, so he's a legit rapper. So CNN is saying that white people commit digital blackface. Have you guys heard of this before? Memes and GIFs are used by everyone universally to prove a point or to express an opinion on the internet. However, CNN writer John Blake says white people commit digital blackface every time they use a black meme or a GIF to express an opinion. And if you're white, this story is so ridiculous, I have to kind of laugh. If you're white and you posted a GIF or meme of a black person to express a strong emotion, you may be guilty of wearing digital blackface, Blake tweeted. What are people saying? I'm black and I've been black my whole life and I've never read something stupider. See, I agree. What if you are mixed race like me? I live for Nene Leakes. She has one of the best one-liners. How can anyone take CNN serious? So a lot of people are kind of like the same. Like, dude, I mean, no black person is calling foul over that. And I don't know if you guys remember Cheryl Lee Ralph was talking about, and she's on Abbott Elementary and other shows, but she accused the judge of groping her, and I knew it was allegedly Joe Brown. Judge Joe Brown threatens to sue her for defamation of character, but she didn't name him. Cheryl said the TV network asked her not to report the incident. He said, "You want me to send the police right to you now because we will fix this, right now." However, someone at the network pleaded with her not to. So she made that claim, and she said it wasn't Judge Mathis, which led me to believe that it was him. So now Brown is threatening to sue Cheryl for defamation of character. Brown, 75, believes Cheryl was sent by the Democrats to sabotage his run for mayor of Memphis. Okay, according to Rhymes with Snitch, Brown spent the weekend retweeting his supporters who condemned Cheryl for speaking out. His supporters accused the Emmy Award winner of ulterior motives since she waited all these years to speak out. Judge Riddell Brown is problematic. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him on a podcast, but he's old too, and I'm under the impression that old people, they say the craziest things. I will be one of those old people, by the way. I'm just not famous, and I don't want to be, because I want to be able to say crazy stuff on my little podcast to you guys and still be able to live a decent life. Aaron Hernandez's brother, the NFL player that ended up going to prison and committing suicide, DJ Hernandez, was arrested last week for allegedly throwing a brick at ESPN's headquarters with a note attached. The incident happened on March 23rd around 3 after the police did a welfare check on DJ after he allegedly said that an Uber arrived on campus but was turned away. However, the passenger got out of the car and threw a brick. So, a large brick was inside with a white plastic bag and contained a note. To all media outlets, cops say the message read, "It's about time you all realize," he spelled it real eyes, "the effect the media has on all my family members. To ensure a worldwide leader, maybe you could lead how media and messages are delivered brick by brick. Clean it up." The note was signed, "Yours truly, Dennis J. Hernandez." So it's almost like he kind of wanted to go to jail. Police eventually made contact with DJ, who confessed on being on ESPN's grounds but didn't want to talk about the incident. He was arrested for misdemeanor breach of peace but was released on a promise to appear in court next month. The 36-year-old was very close with his brother and the tight end for the New England Patriots. He decided to go by his middle name after his brother's murder case. Hernandez died in 2017 of suicide. So I don't know if he's trying to get attention or what, but yeah, that is interesting that he decided to go all the way to CNN and throw a brick through the window. What else do we have going on? If I want to waste my precious vocal cords on. And I keep reading all these stories about these squatters, and I'm telling you, and you know how the algorithm knows what you search for and freaking keeps doing crap. And so every time I look at the news, it's about a squatter, and I have a fear that those cousin-in-laws are going to be hard to get out. Let's see. The woman left her AirPods on a plane and tracked them down to an airport worker's home. Lady, that's the perks of, you leave stuff on there and there you go. What do you want? Fucking air trackers. So don't steal AirPods, because that is what could happen to you, my friends. They could get stolen from your home. They can arrive at a person's home, shall I say. Let's see what else we got here before I get into... There was some interesting, somewhat Dear Abby's, but more so interesting Reddits. Let's see. Yeah, I was talking about if I walk away from a marriage, will it destroy my child? don't feel like reading that mess. Let's go over to Reddit. There was some interesting little things I read. Let's go to Am I the A-hole? So this was the one that I was saying about this dude. He said, am I the a-hole for using the toilet while my fiance bathes? I'm currently not doing so great with my fiance. I love this man. He is... Oh, so the woman did it. So anyway, she's doing... He teaches and does community activism. I don't know why she has to do this. One night he broke down crying and said he just wanted space alone and that he doesn't want someone taking poops next to his relaxation time. I think he's being overly sensitive and a bit dramatic, and I can't control when I need to use the bathroom. Another time he broke down and just asked, just give me 30 minutes to myself. The toilet is right next to the tub, so sometimes he has tried to pull the curtain, but then will get frustrated, drain the water, and give up. Then he complains the hot water was wasted. I think my fiance is too sensitive. Everybody is saying you're the a-hole. Don't worry, you don't have to put up with his tears much longer. It sounds like he's at his wit's end. Like, did you have to really poop at that time when he's taking a relaxing bath? Yes, you're a jerk. I thought it was the dude. Somebody else says, yes, you're the a-hole, and a nasty one at that. Your man broke down in tears over you doing this, and you keep doing it. Right there, you need to realize that's so messed up. No, you can't always plan out when you need to go to the bathroom, but if he's giving you a heads up, I mean, lady, go to a gas station. I wouldn't want nobody pooping when I'm trying to relax in the tub. You got the steam from the tub, and then your poop fumes. No. Little jerk. Yeah, I find it. Everybody is saying some people find it gross in their partner. I've never pooped in front of my husband, and we've been together 8 years. And I'm very big on spraying when we leave the bath. I mean, sometimes I'm like, did you spray? Because I don't want to smell that, and then you want me all up under you. And yeah, I don't want to smell that. Let's see what else. This is interesting. Am I the a-hole for saying no to a promotion? I'm newly married and my husband is upset. I'm a software engineer. My husband works in construction. I grew up broke, yada, 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 yada. That night, I told my husband about my day and how I wasn't sure if I would take this promotion. We talked a bit, and he thought I should just do it for my resume. The next morning, I asked my boss what the salary was, and he said it would be up to HR, yada, yada, yada. So I told my boss I was grateful, but I was not comfortable. I came home and told my husband I declined the promotion, and he surprisingly was mad about it. He said it was something we should have talked about instead of me just going on my own, and that I knew he didn't agree with me. So what do people think? People were saying, not the a-hole, software engineer, and I would hate being a project manager. It is a lot of work to be a project manager. It is more work than not. And I think she said her husband's in construction. They don't really understand, like, project manager is like full on babysitting. And everybody bugs you for stuff. It is a lot more work than, I mean, I could do it, and I juggle a lot, but I have one of those personalities that just do lots and lots of work. But sometimes the men don't understand how much babysitting is required in it. But no, you shouldn't. Your husband shouldn't be mad about that. Other promotions, if they offered it to you, maybe one time when you feel like you could, but maybe you need to change careers altogether if you're just not wanting to get promoted on a job. Let's see. This is interesting. Am I the a-hole for asking my husband to include our children when he's spending time with his estranged son? I'm a 45-year-old woman who has been married to my husband, Fred, for 20 years. We have 4 children, including a 24-year-old stepson, James. When Fred and I first met, he was still married to James' mother, Lily. We fell in love, but we didn't do anything physical until after their divorce. I met James when he was 5, and over the almost 20 years that I've known him, he has never liked me despite my best effort. When James turned 18, he left home, and while he would occasionally call and spend time with Fred, he would never do so with our children. Recently, I asked Fred to include our children when he spent time with James, but James has not spoken to him since. Now, my mother-in-law, who has always favored Lily over me, has called me and accused me of being an a-hole for hurting James and Fred's relationship even further. I understand that my request may have hurt James' feelings, but after almost 2 decades, lady, give it up. I don't know why y'all have these. I don't care. For me, I'm different though. But I don't like my husband. Obviously, we're married, and I was a single mother, and him kind of vice versa. But once we got married, his kids went with their mom, and my sons obviously were me. And so my husband is involved. And yes, we have done family activities together, but I don't need to be included in things my husband does with his children, and vice versa. I mean, we get underage one that comes over on the weekends or whatever, and we do things together, vacation, and we went on vacation as families before. But all that to say, you shouldn't dictate a relationship with a child that's not yours. And 2, your kids, I mean, they're not blood related. Why do you really need to have this kid around? So yeah, if the dude don't want to hang with your kids, and you let him live, like, who cares? I don't know why are people so obsessed with like making these Brady Bunch type of scenarios? Like, just let it be. Like, he's 24, he's grown, it's over. I can see if he's a little baby or something, but he's literally a grown man. A lot of people are saying you're the a-hole, you believe families should come together and support one another, all the while ripping a family apart. Okay, so a lot of people are believing that she stole this man. Stop being jealous. Oh, the fair partner. So yeah, but honestly, Brady Bunch was a TV show. Like, a lot of people are saying, you don't get to decide how a grown man you aren't even related spends his time. Amen. I definitely agree with that. Am I the a-hole for finishing my meal before my friend-in-law arrived? No. I'm not traditional by far. Maybe Thanksgiving. But like, if I cooked, like if I have a cookout and I invite people over, I'm eating before y'all get there and the food is hot, because number one, I can help y'all fix y'all plate, entertain, crack jokes, bring out games. I think actually you should eat before your guests arrive. Let them eat. Like, unless you want to be like me and have a second plate, I could do that too. But if I'm hungry, that's what I love about being an adult. Because yes, back in the old days, we did have to wait till everybody arrived. No, that is one of the luxuries of me being grown now. I eat when the food is hot. I cook. I take my shower. I get dressed and I eat. And I'm cool. So by the time my guests arrive, I'm not hangry. I'm jovial. I'm full. Yeah, forget that. I'm eating, my friend. Some of these are so funny, I can't stop. Let's see what the men are complaining about. What's your limit when dating an older woman, for all you cougars out there? My wife is 7 years older than me. We got together when I was 30, hadn't strayed outside of a 2-year window before we got together. If they're old enough to be my mom, it's my limits. I would say 16. 16 is pretty big. I dated a 45-year-old when I was 29. I regret nothing. So I attracted a lot of young dudes when I was single. Like, I was 36 and I was attracting all these like young 20-something-year-olds, and I was just like not into it. For me, I don't even like to call it a cougar, Because I mean, I was 36. I still consider that young, but I was older, especially in the mental age of men and maturity. My cutoff, you need to be 25. I don't like dating. I would not date nobody under 25. And at my age now, if I was to date somebody younger, you'd have to be over 35. I have this like 10-year window, because even though young dudes always be like, I'm mature, they don't know about, I'm not going to knock all young dudes, but sometimes they don't know about 401k, they don't know about saving, they don't know about a lot of things that I need you to know. And, I'm a very youthful, I still play the PS5 and video games, but I don't know. It's weird. And plus my son is 26, so it would be weird to date somebody the same age as my son. I can't. But a lot of dudes are saying 16 years. If she's attractive, I don't care. I've dated 14 years older. A good-looking woman is a good-looking woman, no matter how old. A lot of dudes is like, I need me an old cougar to take care of me. But yeah, 10 is the cutoff for me. In 3 words or less, what do you not get enough of? Mine would definitely be money, money, money. I need more of it. And I know it doesn't bring happiness, but I can figure it all out. Some people said time off work, my wife naked, sleep, vacation money. I love that. Sleep, vacation money. Good night's sleep. Dude, you sleep when you're dead. Love, sex, conversation. Good back scratches. Talk about low on the totem pole. Intellectual stimulation. Listen to my podcast. Confidence and attention. Unsolicited nudes. Time outdoors. Love and affection. Oral sex. You just need somebody to scratch that itch. No string sex. A cuddle. Sleep, sex, money. I like that one. Deep dish pizzas. Dude, let's go get one. Some of you guys don't want a lot out of life. What's the one thing you can't tolerate while being in a relationship? Mine is I hate liars. Especially in my age demographic. Don't lie. Just tell the truth at this age. Like, you're too old. You've made it too far. And when I say my age, I mean 45 and up. Just keep it funky. Whoever ain't gonna like it ain't gonna like it. I don't have time for the lies. Poor communication. I don't care about communication. I'm gonna still tell you how I feel. Lactose. Usually having body parts of other guys and my spouse is quite intolerable. That's hilarious. Being made to feel guilty over hobbies, pastime that makes you happy. Pathological lies. Yes. When she allows her friends to have a say in the relationship, and then these friends confront you, but it's clear she's not being honest with them either. Your friends should not be confronting your husband or spouse. Expect people to read your mind. Not offering to make other cup of tea whenever they make themselves one. This works both ways. Yeah, you should give the obligatory, do you want anything from the kitchen? It's nice. And I do like my husband kiss me before I leave, because my husband, if I was to leave the house and I kissed him, he'd die. But if I'm asleep, because I work nights, he'll leave me sleep, and I'm like, you didn't kiss me before you left. So it's not a deal breaker, but it's kind of annoying. Someone who refuses to manage their mental illness. Some people don't know they're crazy, y'all. I'm sorry to tell you that. They just, because they've been around crazy for so long, that they don't know that they're crazy. So it could just be they just don't know. They need to meet somebody like you so you can say like, yo, you crazy, you need counseling. Let's see what the women are complaining about. So a dude is asking this: do women sitting close to me, despite there being available seats, mean anything? I hate when people do that. I hate when people do that at the gym. When there's like a row of treadmills, don't come get on the one next to me. I hate it. A lot of people are saying not necessarily. Some people are saying it means that they, at the very least, feel comfortable around you. They probably like you as a person. It's possible they're attracted to you. If they were men, you assume a deeper meaning to their actions. Why do you care? You hate women anyway, so just be rude to her like you normally are. Wow, this person must know this poster. I don't know why a person would say, I don't know why people who could get close to people that they don't know, period. That's just my advice, unless you were in a risk of freezing to death. This is an interesting take. There's a lot of people on the internet who try to claim that women don't like average dudes, and I have a new theory. Is it possible that these are just disgusting looking dudes who are projecting their experience onto everyone else? I think that like women, when you're younger, I think whatever you're not exposed to, you like. I think most women that have like square upbringings and strict upbringings like me, go for the bad boy in the beginning, and then, for me now, I need a reformed bad boy that's now a suburbanite, which would be my husband, even though sometimes I hate that he's so like suburban. Like, I miss him being bad, but I guess he has me for that. But I think that the men that are on the internet complaining about it, I think that now that they have a bullhorn to kind of complain about the girls that turned them down, because I do see this a lot too of dudes doing that, and it's like, dude, just because you couldn't get girls when you were younger and now y'all band together to like kind of crap on women, just shows that you didn't have game. And I do see that a lot. Someone said, I've noticed a lot of men who are resentful about being unsuccessful when women like to blame women's high physical standards. More often they are doing something to turn girls off. Yeah, because women, if you have a really good personality, we're not, obviously looks are something, but I've seen some bald, short, fat dudes with some really attractive women. Now, it could be their money, but on the same token, sometimes most women aren't obsessed with looks for the most part. But yeah, that is all. I'm saving the rest of my voice, and I got a few things to do tonight, but it was nice talking to you guys per usual. I will be in touch with you tomorrow and let you know what's going on with the house and all the anxiety surrounds that and everything else that is wonderful in life. I'm trying not to claim this anxiety. I'm going to say it's on my mind, but I'm not going to claim that it's taken over, because I have the ability to obsess over things that haven't happened yet. And I hate that about myself. And I know a lot of us do that. So I'm letting you know you're not alone. But that's what we're talking about it in our obsess over things that haven't not happened yet anxiety group, that we don't have anxiety because we'll lie and say we don't, because we don't want to put that label on ourselves. Is it clear? Is it in yet? It was great talking to you guys. I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Ta-ta.